Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, 2 RAF KC2 Voyagers vandalized at Brize Norton. Racers cross the finish line for the 48th annual Air Race Classic. Iconic B-29 bomber completes tour-halting engine repairs. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Helen DeLee. Let's get into today's stories. 2 RAF KC2 Voyagers vandalized at Brize Norton. A pro-Palestine direct action protest group claimed credit for 2 of its members breaking into the RAF Brize Norton Airbase west of London during the early morning of June 20th and defacing 2 KC2 Voyagers while they were parked on the ramp by spraying paint into the engines and the aircraft exteriors, causing an as yet unknown amount of damage. Video recorded by the group known as Palestine Action showed 2 people on electric scooters driving unimpeded onto the ramp and then spraying red paint into an engine. Later news video showed paint on the engine exterior as well as on the fuselage. It's not known how the vandals evaded security at the largest RAF base in the UK, but the Ministry of Defense was embarrassed and extremely concerned by the serious breach of security at the base, not just because of the damage to the aircraft, but also particularly because an aircraft used by the King and Prime Minister can be parked there. Though not confirmed to be the aircraft, one with the British flag on its tail could be seen. An MOD spokesman said investigations are underway. After the break, FedEx founder passes, leaving behind an extensive legacy.
It's time to upgrade your power plant to the first FAA-certified clean sheet engine design in over 60 years. Delta Hawk's jet fuel-powered liquid-cooled turbocharged engine produces turbine performance at 40% better fuel efficiency of typical reciprocating engines, while also achieving exceptional reliability and significant reduction in cost of ownership. Reserve your engine package today at deltahawk.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. FedEx founder passes, leaving behind an extensive legacy. FedEx announced on June 22nd that its founder and former executive chairman Fred Smith had died at 80 years old. The Marine Corps veteran's creation stands strong today, having grown more than 50 times since its establishment in 1971. Operations officially began in 1973 with a modest fleet of 14 Dassault Falcon 20 jets and 389 employees. 8 killed in Brazilian hot air balloon fire. At least 8 of 21 occupants were killed when a Gulfier balloon's G-32 13,000 caught fire and crashed in southern Brazil on June 21st. The hot air balloon tourism company involved has since indefinitely suspended all operations. The balloon was carrying 21 people on what was supposed to be a scenic tourism flight in one of Brazil's most popular ballooning destinations. The fire began inside the basket while the balloon was airborne. Embraer notes 600K flight hours for A-29 Super Tucano. Aerospace manufacturer Embraer announced at the Paris Air Show that the worldwide fleet of its multi-role combat aircraft, the A-29 Super Tucano, has surpassed 600,000 flight hours and is operated by 22 air forces globally. The A-29 Super Tucano is a flexible and combat-proven, cost-efficient turboprop aircraft. It's a capable performer in a variety of mission profiles, including advanced pilot training, close air support, air patrol, air interdiction, JTAC training, armed ISR, border surveillance, recon, and escort. Boeing continues discreet research for a 737 replacement. Boeing has begun the slow, careful steps toward replacing the 737 family. The company issued an RFI to several leading engine manufacturers, seeking proposals for a ducted propulsion system rated around 30,000 pounds of thrust. Boeing's RFI was reportedly sent to major players like Pratt & Whitney, Rolls-Royce, and CFM International. Boeing specified an expected preference for ducted turbofans rather than the more experimental unducted open-rotor engines that some rivals are toying with. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Racers cross the finish line for the 48th Annual Air Race Classic. All racers have made it across the finish line for the 2025 Women's Air Race Classic, marking the end of a 2,426-mile journey that brought competitors from Fairhope, Alabama to Spokane, Washington. The Skybound Scotts and Frozen Force teams led their respective categories. Team 41, the Skybound Scotts, Lauren and Rebecca, took first place in the competition class. The rest of the podium included teams Frickin' Awesome and Is This Heaven. In the intercollegiate class, the University of North Dakota's Team 22 Frozen Force, Helena, Charlotte, and Caroline came out on top, trailed by the Liberty University Liberty Bells and Auburn University War Eagle Women. The race tradition started 96 years ago with the Women's Air Derby, hosted in 1929 under the 1929 National Air Races. The original Women's Air Derby shifted through several forms, including the so-called Powder Puff Derby, before taking shape as the annual aviation event we all now know and love, the Air Race Classic. While the equipment and race route have certainly changed, the ARC spirit has never wavered. The 2025 Air Race Classic brought together nearly 50 teams from across the nation, including many from accredited collegiate flight programs. Competitors worked in groups of 2 or more, with each holding a minimum private pilot certificate and 100 PIC hours. After these messages, iconic B-29 bomber completes tour halting engine repairs.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com. The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Iconic B-29 bomber completes tour halting engine repairs. The Commemorative Air Force's iconic B-29 Superfortress is getting ready to fly after spending more than a month grounded for intensive engine repairs. The bomber Fifi is set to return to the skies in time for the July 9th through 13th show in Mansfield, Ohio. The Superfortress had been undergoing typical preseason checks when issues were spotted with engines 2 and 4. The problem was with the impeller spinner discharge valves and the superchargers. These were identified as necessary repairs, leaving squadron leadership with the tough decision to delay the aircraft's first tour stop. The team removed the 2 damaged engines and shipped them off to Vintage Radials in Tehachapi, California, where radial engine expert Mike Nixon and his team tackled repairs and test runs. Engines 2 and 4 were then escorted back to Dallas, arriving safe and sound on June 16th. They have since been reinstalled and fitted with their matching propellers for run-up testing. While the CAF initially hoped to get Fifi flying in time for the Lexington, Kentucky tour stop on June 25th, the organization is not quite finished with its prep work. Once all post-maintenance checks and aircrew flight training sessions are complete, Fifi will join the tour. Her return to flight is currently scheduled for July 9th through 13th at Ohio's Mansfield-Lom Regional Airport. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.